A while ago, I made this blimp slash zeppelin in The Sims, and here's how I did it. You can build this on any level except the first one because we're going to need a level underneath this. And then we're gonna make a room that's 4 by 6. And I made the front of it kind of rounded, so I used this rounded room. And I made it smaller on the straight sides. And then I copied it to the front and used the other piece and turned it once, and then that way we get this shape in the front. You can go ahead and delete those walls on the inside. And then to make that bit at the top, I used debug items. So we're going to need bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. You can just search for water balloon and it should come up. And then if you scroll up in here, eventually you should find there an item that looks like a big red ball, pretty much. And so I sized this all the way up. I just kind of winged it. I'm just going to go for a size like this. And I used 3 of these and I kind of clipped them together into each other like that. And then you should end up with something that kind of looks like this. To make this part in between look a little bit better, I placed some roofs in there. So I used a gabled roof that I just placed on here. And I kind of made it curve a little bit like that. And at the front, I placed a little circular roof. And then right now, the underside of the blimp still looks very flat. So what I did is I placed a little boat from debug underneath here. And here it is, I finally found it. And so I sized this up as well, and then I placed it on the level underneath. And this is the hardest part, but you basically want to make it so that you raise up the boat so that it looks like it's directly underneath this. With this boat, there actually ends up being a little bit of excess over here. So what I did for my blimp is I added a little balcony out here. So I basically just placed some tiles out here. And then you're probably going to have to realign everything a little bit, but you can place some fences out here, as well as some doors, and I'm holding Alt to line them up how I want them to. And I wanted my blimp to be used for looking at the stars, so I actually placed an observatory inside, and I kind of made this clip a little bit on the outside, and that kind of made my back look a little bit more interesting. And in case you have Realm of Magic, I actually used this circular window to add some rings around my top part. And in order to make this work, I'm actually gonna make my top part even bigger so that they fit better. But then this is what that should look like in the end, and that's pretty much it. Now you can just decorate this like with any other house. And you might also wanna figure out a way how to get up here. In my case, I actually used the Magic Realm portals. But yeah, that's it. That's how to make a blimp.